Okay, hey, you are with Mike Lopez, and this is called Mike Talk. And with my special guest today, the one and only Mr. Bob Brady, aka OG Bobby Johnson. What's going on, dog?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Lopez, man? You know what I mean? Good to be back, man. I didn't know if the world was going to end or if I was going to see you again after COVID.
Yeah, man, you know, COVID has been one of those things that in the beginning I was like, okay, I wasn't really sure like what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Then I got it. I did not like it. So I wanted to talk to you about a few other things other than COVID and all that. So just so people know, you have a lot of history, or you share a lot of history about sports here in Kern County.
Yeah.
And you talk a lot of sports. And the way that you talk about sports is like, I hear your voice when I'm reading your stuff. I can hear your voice, and it's hilarious to me. But sometimes people be like, is he for real with what he just said? You know, because so like, for example, let's say you write something like Magic Johnson is the best basketball player. Michael Jordan, you know, can't compete. Something like that.
Yeah.
Now that's how they might read it. But when I read it, I have your voice in my head, and this is how it sounds to me. Magic Johnson is better than Michael Jordan. That's it. Nothing said. Like, that's it. Like, there's nothing else. And it's because I've heard you speak before, and it gets implanted in my head. So, you know, a lot of people don't know, like, they read your stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think they hear how you're saying it. Because to me, it's just pure comedy. Like, I'm just laughing all the time. Do you do that on purpose?
A lot of times with social media, I mean, the facts is the facts, you know, which is Magic is the greatest, you know what I mean, player all time. I mean, overall body of work speaks for itself. But I just try to add a little bit in there, you know, so to bring people in who don't normally listen to sports to listen to sports, you know, to get their opinion. So, but most of it be facts, you know what I mean? I think Magic is the GOAT, you know what I mean? But any otherwise, I mean, I just like having a good time talking about sports on social media. It's a good platform, you know, to get people who ain't never been noticed to get notoriety. Because right now, with sports, it's the here and now, what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of legends from Bakersfield.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of legends in the NBA people don't talk about. And so I feel like social media gives me that platform to talk about it, bring up stuff, you know, give up memories, you know, tell stories, and then people be like, oh, I didn't know that fool had 38 points. You know, I didn't know that cat was like that. Oh, yeah, that cat was real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay. So I ran into you today, and I was like, I've been wanting to do this. So I was like, since I ran into you, I was like, well, man, let's do this. Let's just sit down and talk, because I've been wanting to, you know, I have people come in here, my office all the time, and we have great conversations. I'd be like, sometimes I'm like, man, how come I didn't record that? Like, It was.
You sound like me on vacation. Like, I'll be looking like reality TV, and I'm thinking on vacation. People be like, man, Bobby, that whole night we was out, man, and you know what I'm saying, that Shaver Lake, it was funny to the mug. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, and then, you know, it's like, man, I could have been like Kevin Hart or something, or Bernie Mac or something, you know, listening to myself, and then I listen to bits and pieces off people's Snapchat, and I'll be like, man, I should have recorded it. But I don't think of life like that. I'll be trying to live and have a good time. But yeah, that's true though.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about this one post that Chris Clayton made, and it was he made a post about the young man who went to Howard University. He was like he was ranked like 16.
Oh, Maker?
Yeah, Maker. Yeah. Right? He's, I think, Thon Maker's little brother or something, right?
Yeah, I've seen that where he went to Howard.
Yeah, and so apparently he's struggling at Howard University. He's not doing too well. Yeah. And Chris's argument was that he should have went to Kentucky. You know, he would have been playing against other 5-star players, and he could have just blended in and all those things. And I'm just curious, I have my thoughts. What are your thoughts? What do you think he should have done?
I think you're gonna go to the NBA either way it go, because you still got to go to the combine, you still got to work out, And he big, and big is always better. You know what I mean? But I feel Howard was good, but I feel like he should have got a couple of other blue chip athletes to go to Howard with him to make it like kind of like how Coppin State was back in the days. A couple, it's a couple good teams that made a run. Southern had some teams back in the days with a guy named Smalley that was good, but it was a couple 5-star guys or 3-star guys that was with him. So I think he should have got at least 2 more 5-star guys to go with him, and then they could have competed. But him being there by himself, he gonna have to have a Akeem Olajuwon season for it to be great.
Okay, so my argument is, if you're that good, and you went to a lower level D1, school, shouldn't you be able to dominate just a little bit? Shouldn't you be able to get your buckets? It's not like he's playing against top tier other 5-star recruits. So if you're a 5-star recruit and you playing with a bunch of 2-star recruits, maybe a 3, shouldn't you get buckets? You can't pass out of a double team. Are you demanding a triple team? Are they triple teaming you? Are you double teaming? And what, you can't pass out of that? Because I guess apparently one of the games they lost the game by 44 points or something like that.
Yeah.
So it just makes me go, either he's not that good, or the scouting services that scout these guys it's all wrong.
You hit something big right there with the scouting service, because I've worked with Adidas. I've been traveling with AAU basketball, and the guy I always think is good is the guy that get overlooked, but he be the guy who makes it. And the guy who they think is the 5-star superstar recruit, either go to college or he'll have some kind of problems adapting because he's always been the man. You know what I mean? So it could be a number of factors, but I think at Howard, him playing there, I think teams just going in there and he tried to make a big statement, social media and media wise. So we ain't gonna let them get nothing, and we gonna beat them by 7.
Yeah.
So I think in they mental when they in the locker room, we ain't gonna be the one to lose. That'd be other college teams. To him trying to make a statement going to a black college.
Got you. Yeah, see, and I just kept thinking, well, maybe the scouting services are what the problem is. Okay, so let's think about it. Over the last 20 years, what number 1 pick has lived up to the hype that we thought he was going to be as the number 1 pick? Tough question, right? You got to really think about it. The only one that I can think of that actually lived up to all expectations, LeBron James. He not only lived up to his expectations, he surpassed all his expectations.
You have to probably go LeBron James. Didn't nobody think Tim Duncan was going to be good?
And he wasn't even a number 1 pick.
Yeah, he wasn't even number 1 pick.
Kevin Durant wasn't even a number 1 pick.
Yeah, and let me see who else they didn't. They didn't think Dwayne Wade was going to be good.
And Dwayne Wade was he was a 5th. I think he was a 5th pick.
Remember, I think he was in that draft with Melo.
He was Melo, LeBron.
And Melo was way over, head over heels over everybody. Melo was.
Yeah, and he got overlooked by the kid from the
Pistons.
The Pistons.
Darko. And Darko growing wine somewhere out in Porterville.
Growing wine out in Porterville. And so that's what I'm saying. How much weight do you actually put into these scouting services? Because obviously, okay, you take even AD.
Yeah.
Until he got with LeBron, he was good, but he wasn't that good to where he could help a team win.
He was on the verge of being Sam Bowie before he got with LeBron.
That's
he was
talk.
always hurt.
Always hurt.
7 seasons, he probably played maybe 120 games. They never went past the second round.
And then he gets LeBron. So that's where I go, you know what? I had to just give it up this year because, I've been a LeBron hater for a long time. But I just really had to give it up to him because I was like, he dragged another the Lakers were not that good. Outside of him and AD, they They had nobody else that they could just, nobody you could just pass them the ball and say, yo, go get me a bucket.
Yeah.
Everyone needed somebody else. And I even felt like AD at times was like, he needed LeBron to set him up. Like, sometimes I just felt like he couldn't even just go out and get a bucket on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, give him the ball, let him just, go to work. Do what you do. So, I don't know. I think the scouting services are what are messing these kids up. And I think it's also the YouTube highlight videos.
Oh, yeah.
Because I watch a lot of YouTube highlight videos. And these cats be killing.
What was that the other day? The NCAA game, they said UCLA was ranked, and then they lost to San Diego State. And they say, yeah, UCLA is a whole bunch of Instagram and highlight kids. Talking about as far as recruiting. Because they was like 22 or 18 or something. San Diego State been good for a while, but they getting the guys out of Lancaster.
Yeah.
They getting the guys from Fresno.
Yeah.
The guys that's local. They're not getting the guys from the Mater Days and stuff like that. They getting them from, public schools. So that's what the dude said the other day. Like, man, UCLA put on a whack showing. And the other guy gonna say, yeah, that's the internet generation. All them Instagram kids getting scholarships.
Yeah. I mean, really. Dude, it like, okay, so I spend a lot of time on YouTube watching YouTube stuff. And I watched just about everybody. The only one that I can actually say that on YouTube that I've watched and actually can say I think he's got a really good shot at doing something is what's his name? Josh Christopher.
Oh yeah, Josh Christopher. Yeah,
he's the only one.
On Arizona State.
Arizona State.
Yeah.
So far, the few games I've seen him play at Arizona State, he's been killing. He's the only one that I watch because he's got that dog in him. Like, he's got that motor. But, man, some of these other cats, man, you just sit there and you're like, yo, I thought you was supposed to be.
That's why, like, if you think about, like, with college right now, football and basketball, the transfer portal is heavy.
Really?
Because kids is committing and going to schools, and then once they get to the school, I don't get to play or I didn't excel. And then, coaches start saying, like, man, like, where was the guy we was getting on the internet, or where was, where he at? And so you're getting guys that decommit and go to another school. So like these next couple of years, the transfer portal going to be heavy for football and basketball because of the 5-star, the sports writers, you know what I mean? And then you get a guy like like Jacobs for the Raiders. Mm-hmm. He went to Alabama. You know what I mean? He wasn't really recruited heavy like that. But in his mind, he knew he was an Alabama player.
Yeah.
So... shoot, his senior year, he went out there and exploded. Boom, hit the scene. Next thing you know, Nick Saban was in the auditorium and was like, hey, we want you to come to Alabama. Didn't no other school want him?
Yeah.
But Alabama was his dream school.
Yeah.
And he went to Alabama and he exploded, hit the scene. But his numbers was just like any other 5-star guy, but it's just where he was in his where he was at.
Yeah.
His area, you know what I mean? So, and then somebody, YouTube, Saban was like, hey, like, you got to check this youngster out.
Yeah.
And he looked, oh, yeah, we're going to offer him a scholarship. And so his YouTube sensation worked for him, but he was really that dog, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah.
Well, and see, that's what makes a difference, Like, you just don't know. Like, you just don't know who's going to
see.
Yeah. I mean, because it's a crapshoot. You look at Steph Curry, he went 7th. Mm-hmm. Nobody thought he was going to do what he ended up doing.
Him and Clay.
Clay
got one offer to Washington State.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard got one offer to San Diego State. Player of the year, back to back.
I mean, hell, Kobe Bryant was the 13th pick.
Yeah.
And Charlotte did not even, they only picked him because, of the trade that they already talked about with the Lakers.
Divac, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think that you get these kids. They got these great highlight tapes, and they're good. Don't get me wrong. I think they're good at whatever level they're at. They're obviously better than everyone else. But when they go up to the next level of competition,
they
either got it or they don't got it.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think that that it might take them some time to really develop their game to get to a place where they could level up.
Yeah.
Because by that time, I think what happens is they were the man. Then they get here and they getting their shit blocked, they getting their cookies taken, and then their ego gets hurt and they lose that thing.
I think another YouTube guy that's legit is Jalen Green out of Fresno.
Oh yes, Jalen Green.
He was on our Ebo Adidas team, and we was in Vegas, and he was playing with KD and them, and Popovich with the USA team. He fit right in. Like, you didn't see no difference. It looked like they threw Kobe out there, and he just was whoop whoop whoop. Man.
And he took a different route. He went to the G League.
He had to, because you can't. Now, if you come out, you can come out, but you just got to go into the G League before you're in the next draft.
Got you.
So you're probably, I think personally, they should just pull him right up, and like a team like Oklahoma, the Bulls, take him. I don't feel like he's going to lose nothing out of a year playing with them, because the Bulls might win 30 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't feel like a team like that going to lose out. You know
and even this year's draft, like other than Melo, who was the number one pick?
Number one pick was old boy from Georgia.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Once again, looks like he has the motor, but until I see him play against some other cats.
Yeah.
And then the question is, can he sustain it
for 15, 16 years?
15 and look, maybe this is just me, Bob. I think it is just me.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people might think like this. I play the game to win.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to play the game to, stat stuff. I look at players that win. I look at players that participated in something that was winning, and they knew what it took to win the game.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids, they just they just playing for themselves, and they just don't know how to win. And you're real good. You can shoot all the shots you want, whatever. But can you win the game when it matters the most?
I think another thing too, everybody not built to take a franchise. When you draft, I don't think everybody like Ball when he went to the Lakers. Everybody's not built like to take over. This is my franchise. I'm gonna come in here. You know what I mean? Them are special guys who do that. Like the Magics, the LeBrons, Jordans. You know what I mean? Even Jordan in the beginning. With Cocaine Bulls. I mean, I think he came in. He was a hard worker, but the guys around him wasn't working like he was. And then mentally, he had to, kind of weigh it out a little bit. And then, they drafted some pieces and got some pieces around him. But like guys like Magic. I mean, Jerry Buss traded all his picks to get Magic. Like, he felt Magic was that special.
Yeah.
And so from day one, as a kid watching Magic, like, this is what a guy does. He comes to a team, makes that team better, and takes over the organization. I think a lot of these guys, when they get drafted, when they walk into the gym, they like, man, Minnesota ain't won in 55 years. Like, but I got 90 million. I got 100 million. So let me get my money and then get to a team that can win.
Yeah.
So I think in their first 3 or 4 years, they just thinking, let me get some endorsements. Kind of like how you said, working on me. And then once I gotta go, I gotta go. It's like Garnett said, if I knew what I knew in Minnesota, I'd have left after my rookie contract. I'd have just chased rings.
Yeah.
So you think about it. He, in his head, he felt like he held Minnesota together, But really, he knew in his mind, like, I can't win here. Like, I gotta get up out of here and get to Boston with my guys.
See, because in my head, winning, I'm all for guys getting their money. Like, I believe full wholeheartedly they deserve to get their money. But I also believe that there's guys that just know how to win.
Yeah, that's true.
And not only know how to win, but know how they're looking to leave a legacy. Like they have in their Kobe Bryant, classic example. He knew exactly how he wanted to leave the game and where he wanted his name. Like, his name is always going to come up as one of the greats. I just don't know if, I think some guys talk about it.
Yeah. But
a lot of guys ain't. They just not about it.
Like, I don't feel like half these guys they drafting could do what Iverson did with the Sixers. I don't feel like they could take that on their back. Carry the load every night, 30. I give him 25. I talk to him. I talk mess to him. I get us to the finals. I haven't seen nobody since Iverson with a beat up team like they had. I mean, the roster was like, all right, get to the finals. Besides LeBron in Cleveland when he was younger.
Yes.
That was the last person.
Yeah. I forgot about that. I mean, and you got to win against the Lakers, who were 15-0 when they finally met up in the playoffs. I mean, the Lakers was killing that year.
He was there with Aaron McKee, Snow,
Tyrone Hill,
Mutombo, yeah.
What's the bald head white guy?
Matt Geiger.
Yeah. The other dude, 6'8" guy from Georgia.
Jones.
Yeah. Yep. Jermaine Jones. Yeah. See, so
you look at all the names we just named. I mean, they was in the NBA, but then you go to the Lakers roster and they got everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They got everybody.
Rick Fox, everybody.
Yeah,
Kobe.
they were loaded.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
They were loaded.
And for him to carry an organization like he did, I mean, you got to give Iverson his kudos. D-Wade the same way. D-Wade with the Heat.
Yeah.
D-Wade got to the Heat. I remember that 1 year with him and Odom. They got exited early from the playoffs. Then after that, D-Wade went to Flash. He had a 5-year point to me where he was like Mike. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't stop D-Wade.
Couldn't stop him.
You couldn't. I mean, he was dunking. I mean, doing whatever he wanted. Then he got Shaq. He got more. And then after that, and then I think he just played his way towards the end, kind of mentoring people. But he took it over as a player. Tim Duncan. Dave Robinson was already there.
Dave Robinson, he carried
He
Dave Robinson.
came in there, that 94 short season against the Knicks. Came in there. Hey, I'm the best power forward the game has seen. And he played a long time. Tim Duncan played a long time.
Yeah, he did.
And to me, to be honest, out of the athletes that they taught like last 20 years, you got to bring Tim Duncan up.
Yeah.
5 rings.
Got to.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't anything pretty either.
Yeah, it wasn't impressive.
It was fundamentals. Pure fundamentals.
But then they did have a roster. Their team knew their role.
They knew their role.
They was getting guys in there. I mean, they had Brett Berry for a little bit. They had Michael Finley on their team for a little bit. You got Ginobili, Steven Jackson. I mean, everybody was coming in playing an integral piece to their team when they was winning rings. And then Popovich was cool. He knew what he was doing. I can't really get too many, juggernaut guys. I just got to get guys that fit in, the Patty Mills guys, you know what I mean, that fit in with these guys that hustle.
Yeah.
And make it do what it do.
Well, so this is going to, we've been talking about all these great players, NBA and all that, but this is going to be probably a little bit more controversial as we're going to start talking a little bit more locally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just go ahead and ask you right now, who's the greatest player ever to come out of Bakersfield, California?
I'm going to say Lonnie Shelton.
Lonnie Shelton.
Baby LeBron.
Baby LeBron.
Baby LeBron.
That's your pick?
That's my pick.
That's it?
That's it. Lonnie versus everybody. Lonnie was.
See, I never got a chance to see Lonnie play.
Lonnie was the man. Lonnie, 6'8", could do it all. Guarded Magic in the Western Conference Finals. Won the NBA Finals. I mean, in Oregon.
That's something. Why is that? Why is it that Lonnie Shelton, who won an NBA Finals, how come he's not more celebrated here in Bakersfield?
Probably because when he was doing his playing basketball career, he wasn't ever really like here in Bakersfield. I mean, he was here. He had a home here up by Bakersfield College, but he was a quiet guy, gentle giant. Quiet guy. Really not really boastful. You know what I mean? Just real nice. I've been to his house. He'd always feed us. Tell us the stories. About Kareem and getting dunked on by Dr. J. And, had a good spirit. But I don't think Bakersfield praised the athletes who win. They pick an athlete that they choose instead of like for instance, like Joey Porter. Joey Porter won a Super Bowl. Theophilus Bell from Bakersfield High, he won a Super Bowl with the Steelers. It's a lot of guys. Neil at Bakersfield High, he won a Super Bowl. You don't really hear about him talking about him winning with the Patriots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
You hear him talk about a race car driver before they talk about, or a baseball player or something, before they talk about people who win. But I don't think Bakersfield give a lot of their athletes just due. There's a lot of great athletes come out of Bakersfield. A lot of good people. But I don't think Bakersfield celebrate them enough. Like if we probably was in Los Angeles, Lonnie probably have a wall somewhere with his, name or something, Lonnie Sheldon Park or something, Joey Porter probably would have a park or something if we was in LA or a bigger city, Chicago or something, know. But I feel like Bakersfield should celebrate their sports people more.
Yeah, that's something that they just don't do. It just depends. I mean, I think the closest thing I saw was what was the kid that went to not Independence, Centennial, played football?
Kessler?
Yeah, Cody Kessler.
He had the mural.
Yeah, they had the big old thing hanging down from downtown parking lot.
Yeah.
But I think he was playing with who? Kansas City or somebody? I'm not sure who he was playing.
He was with I know he was with the Jaguars. He was with the Browns. And
I think it was when he was with the Browns.
Browns, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was when he was with the Browns.
He had a couple starts.
Yeah. It's really strange that we don't celebrate
Freddie Boyd, first round pick.
That's right, Freddie Boyd.
Like the 9th pick.
Yeah.
In the NBA, Bakersfield, California. East High School.
Yeah, he
played for the Sixers. I mean, he played on a good team with the Sixers. Everybody watched. I mean, that team he played on was battling back in the days with the Lakers, Celtics, and everybody else. You don't hear about it. People don't even. You go to East High, they don't even talk about it.
Yeah, that's right, huh?
You don't got no picture. Most schools, like in Southern California, Bay Area, Chicago, New York, you go in there, you know who was in the NBA.
Yeah.
They got Bakersfield High with Mark Miniweather's picture.
They took it down.
They got a picture up there.
But they took it down.
You know what I'm saying? So you know who's who. And every school got like either their jersey or something in there. North High got the race car guy jersey up there. Earnhardt.
Yeah.
Got him up there. The baseball guy, they all in their gym. So when you go in North High's gym, you like, hey man, we got a history here. We got I look up there, I see the race car driver, the Chevron and the Shell gas. I see a baseball jersey, Kobe Lewis or whatever his name is up there. And so Bakersfield High, you used to feel like that. I know as a kid when I came there and see Mark picture, I'm like, hey, it's been a jump. It's been a jump up in here tonight. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something, man. That was one of the coldest photos, and to have it blown up the way that they did, and it was on the side, and it was up there for years.
I wonder what they did with it.
From my understanding, when Coach Greg Burt came in, he had them take it down.
Yeah.
Which I find that super disrespectful because he played against
in that era
Mark Miniweathers in that era, and Mark Miniweathers was beating his shit up. So I see you. Okay, you came over to BHS and now you're the coach, but you
can't change tradition.
You can't change. I mean, his whole arm was over the rim blocking a dude's shot. And I remember when he passed away, I called up to the school. No, I didn't call up to the school. I made a post on Facebook that everyone should call the school and demand that Mark's photo go back up. And I got a message from one of the assistant athletic director. She was the athletic director at the time, Cheyenne, and she was like, "Can you please stop making posts about people? People have been calling up here talking crazy about put Mark's picture back up."
That should have never came down.
Should have never came down.
I mean, if you could have a wrestlers dude down there where the wrestling rooms is.
Yeah,
you know
that's right.
You could have his. It's a basketball gym. You know what I mean? You come in there, his jersey should be up there. Otis Jennings' jersey should be up there. You know what I mean? I don't care. Tyrone Wallace jersey should be up there.
Tyrone, yeah.
You gotta let kids know when they come to a school, like, bro, you're not coming to school to mess around. This is history. This is where it's gonna happen.
Yep.
You're either gonna get it or you're gonna go to Vista West. You know what I mean?
Because I remember as a freshman going to BHS, and I just remember that the level of competition was so high. What happened, specifically with me, what happened was I was actually going to go to South High and play ball with T-Con.
Yeah.
And I started summer league with South High because that was the goal.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to some of their practices, and But what happened was we moved, and I couldn't get from my side of town to that side of town.
It was way different with the inter-district transfers back in the day.
Yeah, it was way
and they
different.
wasn't playing with it either. You're not their district. You're not going.
Yeah,
they wasn't playing with it back in the day.
And I didn't have the transportation, and trying to take the city the get bus wasn't gonna happen. But I knew once I got to BHS and we got to those practices, it was much more intense, and there was a whole bunch of, it was just more competition. So like on the South High, I think there might have been like 20 dudes. BHS, and there was 60 dudes out there. And I'm looking like, we all not gonna make this team, come season, right? And just the history. So you take Lonnie Shelton as your guy, right?
Lonnie Shelton, my guy.
Okay. Me personally, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough for me because I never got to see Lonnie Shelton play. But if I had to take my favorite player, my number one guy of all time, I have to go with my guy Reggie Phillips.
Reg, yeah, you could throw Reg in a sense there because he won state in high school.
He won state in high school.
But Lonnie Shelton was like the Gatorade player of the year in California. We've never had a player besides Lonnie Shelton in Bakersfield. That's been, you know how you have the USA All-American athlete? Yeah. Lonnie was that last guy that was just over everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though Rob Swift was a McDonald's All-American, he wasn't a parade All-American. Lonnie was like a parade All-American and in like multiple sports.
Wow.
So it's like when you look at him, you looking at Lonnie, he like Ronald Curry, remember that played for the Carolina? He was a player of the year. You looking at Lonnie like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bill Cartwright, guys like that, player of the year. So you already got him in the category with other NBA players. And no other player has ever did it, but Lonnie didn't win state. Reggie won state in '88.
Yeah.
And for Reggie's size.
For Reggie, and I think that's what impresses me the most. It's his size. I mean, what is he, 5'9", 5'10"?
5'10" on a good day.
5'10" on a good day, or the right pair of shoes, right? He's 5'10". But it was just his, one, he could jump out the gym.
Yeah.
But not only could he jump out the gym, he
played good defense too.
He plays hella defense.
Yeah.
I seen him lock up Nick Young.
Yeah.
Was you there that day?
No, but I heard his mama told him we got to go.
Oh, man.
It's time to pack up and
go. When Reg locked Nick Young up, I mean, Reg was already in his 40s.
Yeah.
And Nick Young was trying to do, this is like year 2, year 3 Nick Young. And he's trying to,
He's still stupid athletic.
Yeah, still stupid athletic. He's trying to rock. Man, Reg locked him up so bad that he got so pissed off that he started arguing with the referees and he started throwing chairs. They ejected him. His mama had to come out the stands and, take him out. And Reg was like, bye.
Yeah.
Like.
That sound like Reg talking mess.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just pound for pound, like just because of his size and his will to win.
Yeah.
Like that dude, some people don't like it because, Reg will, especially in pickup, he might twist a call that in his eyes is to his favor. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, for me it's Reg Phillips. Man.
I remember that state game. Dude just came out of nowhere. Like, I think he had like 28 points or something, and he was only a junior.
And you know what? You know who else though? I mean, when I think about it, Mark Manyweathers.
Manyweathers changed the game.
Because
he was like Larry Johnson. He was like a man. Like,
he was
what they talk about, like Shea Cotton. That was Mark Manyweathers.
Man, Manny was so.
And he was nice. He was nice.
Man, nice.
Super nice. But on the court. It's like the game I watched. I think they was playing Dorsey, and him and dude was dunking so hard. When you seen him and you looked at him, you kind of like froze. Like, is he gonna do something? And he'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And you'd be like, "You sure that's the same dude that just was running down the court and just got up real quick?"
Man, he was so athletic and so smooth.
Yeah,
he could shoot. He could put the ball on the floor. He could post up. He had amazing bounce. I just knew he was destined to go off and do
Yeah.
to do more, you know. And but what I got to experience with Mark Manyweathers, as you know, I mean, how many years I got 3 years with him.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll tell you, like for me personally was, I think it was like my freshman year, and him and his cousin Kel, you know, him and Kel was. Like,
Oh yeah, Kel Dean.
yeah, Kel Dean. You know, they, you know, man, you know, they homie, like they, you know, that's blood, you know, and I'll never forget. It was after a game, and it was Mark and Kel, and Mark was like, "Hey, Mike, come with us." And I looked around like, "You talking to me?" And then he was like, come ride with me and Kel, Mike."
Yeah.
Okay. I got in the car with him. Hey, man, you want to talk about feeling special?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I felt so special. I was like, man, Minnie like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that dude was so nice, and just, it was always love every time I saw him, man. Just, you know, he just represented just great memories, and just, man, he was just amazing. I wish I could have seen him do more, you know, but you know, I know he had like a heart murmur and some other things that kind of just slowed him down.
I'm gonna tell you something people probably don't know about him. To me, he the best hair cutter dude in the hood.
What?
Man, he used to cut our hair. He got skills.
Really?
Man, he nice with them clippers.
Wow.
He used to cut our hair back in the days, man. And he was, man, I'm talking about like a legit barber. I'm talking about your lineups was nice. Like Mark was nice with them clippers.
Man, that's
if they
crazy.
did a poll probably on Facebook, it was like, man, who you know probably in Bakersfield is nice with the clippers? Ooh. His name gonna keep popping up. Boom, Mark Manyweathers. Mark. He was nice, man, with them hair clippers. Skin fade you. You know what I mean? Hey, I'll see you in 2 weeks, Mark. All right, man.
Okay, so give me your top 5 all time. Top 5 all time Bakersfield, California. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Lonnie Shelton. Gotta go J.R. Henderson.
Okay.
Third one, Reggie Phillips. Gotta go Reggie Phillips. You gotta go T-Con. Because T-Con, 4 years, 2,000 points. It's not a lot of guys who scored 1,500, 1,200 points in 4 years.
Yeah.
And then that last one, you got to go Tyrone Wallace. You know what I mean? His story is a cool story. Bakersfield High, went to Cal, played in the league, had a cool game. He was throughout the country when he played with us for Adidas. He was a top 5 point guard in the country. And so, yeah, that'd be my 5 right there.
I guess it depends, because obviously in your 5, like Mark Manyweathers wasn't in your 5.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're having to weigh it on like what they actually did over their life or their career.
Yeah, high school wise.
If we're just see, that's what I'm saying. It's a real fine argument.
It's a hard, yeah.
So let's just say
narrow it to high school.
Let's just narrow it to high school.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go.
We'll just go straight high school, just so this way.
We'll go Lonnie, J.R. Lonnie, J.R., Mark, Reggie, and that guard spot is hard. That PG part is hard because it's.
Who are you struggling with?
T-Con was a good PG. Chris was cool. And I always look at wins and losses, like who you play against. Who would be my 5th one? Should I go Dean Jones?
Oh, Dean Jones. Ooh, nice.
Man, I go Dean at the 5. I mean, at the PG.
Okay.
Dean was cool. Dean had a cool little. Dean was like a little Oscar Roberts.
Okay.
He had a cool little handle.
Yeah.
Shoot that thing. I mean, I worked with him at MLK. He come in the gym.
Yeah.
At like 50, 40 years old, still putting that thing up. And I'll be sitting there like, I don't see kids that at like young age come in here and shoot that thing like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be my 5.
Okay, my 5.
Yeah.
Purely high school. Mark Manyweathers, Reggie Phillips.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go T-Con.
T-Con was cool.
T-Con was really good. I gotta give it up to Bo Redstone. I mean, that dude was a rebounding machine. And
Bo was good.
Bo was, he was a rebounding machine. And I'm only going based on guys, because remember, I didn't move here till I was 12 years old.
So you gonna put Bo over Big Mo?
Man, I love Mo. Mo called me earlier today. And, Mo, I love you, but I might have to take. Nah, I can't do it. See, I can't. I'm trying to take my personal feeling because, of course, I ran with Big Mo.
No. Bo was legit. Bo was a rebounding machine. Bo was a rebounding machine at Cal State. But when I seen Mo play in high school, cause I seen them both play.
Yeah.
When I seen Mo, like I had a little fear in the stands. I don't know if the spring gonna come out the rim. I don't know what's gonna go on with Mo. Mo is like a Shaq, like a baby Shaq.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about when he was dunking. I'm in the stands like, hey man, y'all put something up, man. He might, Hey, and then man, he would talk to you. I hear him talking to guys out there. Like you can't stop me. You can't. He was like.
Here's another one.
He was ahead of his time.
Okay, here would be my 5th option, and I know I'm kind of more skewed towards BHS.
Yeah.
But if I had to go like pound for pound and just pure athleticism and just, man, P-Row was very fun to watch.
Yeah, P-Row was fun.
P-Row and was just a solid player. Like,
yeah.
In high school, oh my goodness, he was. Let anything come off the rim, and you didn't box him out.
Y'all remember that South game?
Do you remember that South game?
Yeah, he was getting everything.
Everything.
He was getting it all.
Everything.
Y'all remember P-Row? P-Row was nice.
P-Row.
My freshman year, he was a senior at Highland. The basket going towards the thing. Tubbs or somebody missed it. He just caught it and put it right back in. Like, and didn't even really grab the rim, just put it over the rim. Like,
yeah. Oh, you know who I'm forgetting? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I might have to bump Bo off that list. I'm sorry. Big Gum.
Yeah.
Big Gum was a hell of a player, man.
Gum was a good player.
Big Gum was I remember, because I remember Gum, golly, man, he was, how much younger is Gum than me? Like 5, 6 years?
97.
He's 97? Okay, so he's like 6 years behind me, right? So I remember being at California Park, and I remember, you guys was practicing with Lodge, and I remember Gum was he was like really small still. He hadn't grown. And then I remember like he came back after the summer, like 3 or 4 months later, and I had to look up to him. And I was like, yo, man, what the hell happened? He was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, yo, when'd you grow? Yeah. Like it was like out of nowhere. He just sprouted up. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was going into our freshman year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Gum was a good player. I played all my life with him, and we was really like Magic and Kareem. Like I was like Magic, he was down there, he getting buckets. I'm dropping no look passes and stuff, and we used to have fun together.
Yeah,
I think I was like, to be honest, I was like more advanced than them because like I was a guard. And I shot more, did more, and then they just played their natural position. They played center, forward, and everything. But shoot, when we was kids, you could hear them in the huddle. Bob, it's time. Oh, okay. And we was playing everybody, Inglewood, Compton. We was passing in the Boys and Girls Club. And I think the best thing about playing in our generation that a lot of people don't talk about, we was like in 5th, 6th grade playing in like high school summer leagues. We was playing on the JV level in places. Mm-hmm. We was in 6th and 7th grade playing in Dominguez JV summer league. Because matter of fact, we played a guy in the JV summer league that year East. They junior year, they played Dominguez. The guy we played that tried to dunk on Rodney Wright from the free throw line, he was on varsity. So we coming in, we watched the game in 8th grade, watching the game like, hey, that's old boy. Hey, Lodge, what did you have us playing, man? We thought we was playing kids our age. Because that's how we felt we blended in.
Man, Lodge used to have us playing against them Slam and Jam teams.
Yeah, man, them Slam and Jam teams was loaded.
Man, I remember we went down to LA one time, man. It was warm-ups. And everybody on that side was dunking. I mean, they wasn't just like just little squeegees. Them suckers was winning. Them suckers was dunking. And we was over there like, hey, which one of y'all can dunk? None of us. We all just trying to slap the glass. We trying our best to hit the bottom of the
slap that backboard hard.
Slap the backboard hard. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, them dudes in the first half, they put such a smackdown on. Man, I think they was up by like 60 points in the first half. And Lodge at halftime was like, man, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna play or not? And in the second half, we played a lot better, but it didn't matter. Once we saw the layup line and what they was doing, we was like, man, we ain't got a chance in hell to beat these dudes, man.
Yeah, them was the good days, man. You go play at any park, man.
So, Bob, how can people reach you on social media? What's your social media?
You can follow me on Facebook at OG Bobby Johnson. You can follow me at Instagram at OG Bobby Johnson. And
where you coaching? Where you coaching at this year? What's going on?
I'm at Centennial High School this year. It's me, Stephon Carter, Randy Robinson. I mean,
okay.
Program looking nice. It's going to be a good thing.
What are you going to be coaching?
I'm going to coach the JV, junior varsity.
Okay.
You probably see me on the sideline coaching varsity too. And man, Centennial is a good freshman class, man. Centennial's freshman class remind me of my freshman class when I went to Highland.
Okay.
Like, it's a lot of guys coming in. It should be something special at the end of the 4 years. It should be something real special.
Well, look, man, we got to do this again. I got to have you come through, and we got to chop it up and talk about some more. Because I think we got to go deeper into...
Yeah, we do.
We got to go deeper into the best of the best here in Bakersfield, and
we got to open it up. We can't do 5.
Yeah, man, it's so hard.
We might have to do a team. Your 10-man roster.
Yeah, give me a 10-man roster, and let's see. Because, man, there's been some cats that can hoop. And you also have cats that did not grow up here, but moved here and became a part of the community.
Yeah.
And, so you have like a whole nother section of hoopers that have come here.
You're like Fred, Andre, Wade Green.
Greg McCall. I mean, there's a lot of cats. Pint,
yeah.
So I appreciate you coming through, dog. And like I said, we got to do this again and find some time to talk about it, since everybody's going to be on lockdown anyway.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be on lockdown. So if y'all on lockdown and y'all getting y'all teams together, get y'all some scratch paper and get y'all best of the best high school teams. I ain't going to argue with y'all. All I'm going to do is put the facts up. And we just going to go. You know what I mean? Yeah,
well, that's where we're going to go. So the next time you see OG Bobby Johnson on Mike Talk, that's what we're going to be talking about. Hey, thanks for listening. This is Mike Lopez. You can reach me at MikeLopez73.com. Mike Lopez 73 on Instagram. Mike Lopez 7. Just go to MikeLopez73.com. You'll find everything you need to know about me. So I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you coming through and doing this.
Oh, yeah, anytime, baby.
All right, peace.